Well, my family is not into horses at all. My father is a little bit, but so from this side I actually just had support. My mother was really surprised of it and she was really interested and said, wow, yeah, that's great. And she was really proud of me that I changed my direction, and she told all her friends what I'm doing. And actually quite isolated in my horse field because I have my girlfriend and we are doing the horses together. And the most negative sides came from her family, but more towards her than towards me. Study is also related to horses, and there I felt quite a strong influence because when I started, I still was riding, but there I also defended myself. Yeah, but I'm riding classical dressage and I'm different than you, and you're hurting your horse with a nose strap and I don't, and stuff like that. So. And then I think for some of them the transformation somehow came quite suddenly because they don't know the background. They just see, well, he was riding a month ago and now he says it's not good anymore, or it's not enough or whatever. So from this point I had quite some discussions with fellow students, but I soon realized that it does not make sense for me to discuss with them because they are really into the whole horse sport, most of them. And of course I have some discussions with them and they say, well, even if it would damage my horse or would be pleasant for my horse, I would still want to ride because of my own pleasure, my own ego. And then every discussion somehow stops because, I mean, where do you want to start with discussing such people if even scientific evidence does not stop them? Yeah, it's simply not turning out this way, and it changed my approach somehow because I think I also developed myself quite a lot in the last 1.5 or 2 years, and I just recently got the feedback that people now see me completely different and they are glad that I do not confront them anymore, but they can come to me when they are interested. And I even have fellow students who put off their iron shoes because I opened their eyes somehow to them, and this makes me kind of proud. And yeah, you have both sides. I think the first, if you hear it, you always will get a negative view on you and how you see things. But it takes time to develop, and then people come back and see it positive, and this is, I think it will always be like this.
Most people are surprised. A lot of people deny what I say. They don't want to believe it. They want to keep believing the same thing they have been believing, and some state openly that I know this is better for the horse, but I want to do what I do.
Actually, no one really knows. I just cut all my relationship with my former friends, my sport horse, equestrian sport friends. I took my horse from that stable, moved to another stable, and just cut with old connections. So new people, my new friends just know me, just from that moment. They just, my new horse friend just know I don't ride and know all about my philosophy, so no problem. And old people, they just don't know anything about me, and I don't care.
Differently.
Yeah, that differs from person to person.
Yeah. The funny thing is that at our last stable where we were, where we had to leave, all of us were very happy, but the people looked a bit strange at us. Mm-hmm. And when we telephoned them, because we heard they would sell the pony that was standing there, which was Olaf's girlfriend. Yeah. They told us that they would love to, when they are selling her, they would love to sell her to us because they know we take good care of her, and that's a funny thing to see.
Yeah,
And they look very skeptical, but somewhere they know
It's good.
you're doing the right thing.
yeah.
But they don't want to change what they are doing with the
No.
horses.
Yeah. So they know it's good, and they would love to give their horse to you, but they will not change what they are doing
No.
because.
And
yeah.
it gives you nice discussions with the veterinarian.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we know, we read a lot and we know stuff, and that gives you some advantage when the veterinarian comes. You tell him something and how do you say it?
Well, some information we gave about the investigations about the backs of the horses.
Yeah, yeah.
He was
With the information of the back because of riding.
Yeah, he was really startled by it. It scared him.
Yeah.
And he started to ask me questions like, okay, when the horse is very hot, when first mounted, the first couple of minutes, so you say, you suspect it could be pain, he asked me. I think it's very possible. And then he goes like, wow.
Yeah, but somewhere he doesn't know what he has to do with that information.
No.
Because
No.
at the veterinary school they learn other stuff.
Well,
about
you
horses.
can see from the harm of riding studies in academia that many horses were clinically okay, and then they were x-rayed, and 92% of the horses had back trauma. And you can only see that when you go x-ray or ultrasound, and almost nobody where we live does that with their horse. But those back problems are very difficult to locate, to analyze for veterinarians. As in the research, also those horses came out sound out of the clinical investigation before they went to the x-ray.
And the other problem is that veterinarians are paid to keep horses
Running. Yeah.
for people who want to ride them.
Because when we stopped riding Olaf, because our Olaf had back trauma, we had him x-rayed and ultrasound, and he had back problems and inflammation in a ligament underneath the spine, and
The veterinarian told us to keep on riding
Yeah,
because that was better for the
yeah,
horse.
exactly. And all the people we knew said, well, oh, that's a shame, because you buy your horse to ride him, don't you?
What are you going to do with
What
your
are you
horse
gonna
now
do
you
with
can't
him?
ride anymore? Yeah.
And I was like, well, I buy a horse, it's my responsibility to keep him sound and healthy and happy. And if that means I can't ride, then I won't ride. He won't. But most people say, oh, then he goes to the slaughterhouse because he's worthless. And I go like, what?
For them it's worthless. Not for us.
It's not. And well, people just they know. It's funny how you recognize in all those people that they actually would like to have your attitude, but somehow they don't allow themselves to have that attitude. That's how it seems to me. Like all people say to us, Olaf could not have gotten a better home than with you.
Yeah.
So they have an internal conflict themselves somehow, I think. But I'm no psychologist, so.